Man, am I glad that Snarl finally arrived so I can finish this. Oh, wait. Wrong line. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we are taking a look at the Studio Series 86, number 19, Dinobot Snarl. And this is exciting. As a kid, I grew up in the 80s. We had the huge dinosaur craze. Dinobots were awesome. I've been waiting for this figure for a very long time. Really hoping that I got the bad taste of Sludge and his bad knees out of my mouth. And I'm happy to say he does. So let's first take a look at the box. The box has this beautiful artwork, of course, of Sludge. You do get more artwork. You do get more artwork. Transformers the movie. And product shot. And then a bunch of words that mean nothing in regards to this review. But here we go, here we go, here we go. Now we got Sludge here in the flesh, or whatever you want to call it. And as you can see here, I have him flanked by my Generation 2 Sludge, which is disintegrating as we go, and the power of the primes. Now, I really do like this. I like pretty much everything about this figure, minus a few really tight joints that aren't lining up the best. But unlike Nemesis, this is doing a really good job, and it looks really cool. It looks like a fierce Stegosaurus. And as you can see, I do thankfully get the lined up correctly Autobot symbol. His head doesn't stay together the best, but it really doesn't bother me as I mostly display him from the side. As far as articulation, the legs move, and the feet kind of move. That's it, other than the mouth. Now, he does come with weapon integration. I still think the only one of the figures so far who's done this really well is Slug, Slag, whatever you want to call him. As the rest of them here, they kind of, they're visible. Whereas Slag's actually gets incorporated. But we don't need this for now. You can also pin it up here, which is the same port you'll use in robot mode. It does look good, as you can see here. It just really does look good. It looks like a robotic Stegosaurus from 1980s. Thoughts on how a Stegosaurus should look. And as you can see, it is a very faithful update to the original mold. And even the transformation, a lot like Grimlock, is very, very accurate. It's just an updated version of this one's transformation, where you have to pull it out the middle section to make it happen. But we're not ready to talk about that quite yet, are we? No, we're not. First, let's go ahead and take a look at how he looks with his fellow Dinobots. Here he is with Sludge. And you can see here, they're about the same height in their booties. Now, Sludge, of course, is longer due to his transformation. They both got some pretty hefty weight to them. They both do look good together. This is definitely the better toy, and we'll talk about that. Well, anybody who's seen my review on Sludge knows why I feel that this is a better toy. Let's go ahead and throw in Slag. Take him out for a second. Let's just see, he is smaller in height than Slag, which works. I mean, they're basically there, but the heads here are higher. And just comparing, their size. I do love that both of them get their nice open mouths. And all four of the Dinobots so far do have wonderful open mouths to use to show just their size and make them look menacing. They have not done a Studio Series 86 Swoop yet, so here he is with the Legends class Volcanica Swoop, which I actually think almost is like real life, almost in size and scale. And of course, the myth, the man, the legend, Grimlock. And just to show you, they did a fantastic job of updating these figures and giving them a nice, clean 1986 style look. Let's go ahead and see if I can get all of them into one shot here. You'll see my lovely background there, my books and water bottles, but yeah, they look good together. They look great together so far. So let's go ahead and talk about transformation. Get these guys off of here real quick because we won't need them for a while. So, just basically to touch upon how this thing transforms, let's talk about the original. Now, this is, of course, the G2 version, not the original, but all it really is a repaint. And, you know, you can see this thing's already like falling apart, disintegrating, but I got it used off of eBay about 15 years ago, so I'm kind of shocked it's still together. But as you see how this transforms, you can basically see the basic steps here, and especially this part here with this whole part pulling out, allowing the transformation and the pivoting, which at the time was really, really, you know, forward thinking of this toy line in forms of, you know, how to transform a figure. And it definitely does carry over into the Studio Series version, right into where the head has to, you pull the head up in the back. It is a very, very faithful update, even if this thing does not like staying together at this point. Go ahead and just get him in the background here. So transformation, first thing we're going to do, and you know I don't really show transformation, so I will probably fast forward quite a bit. Shut the mouth. Right? I'm trying to remember the best steps and way to do this. But, okay, come here, raise this up, raise this section up, pull out. Again, you pull out to make this happen, just like that. And some other crude jokes I could be making, I guess. Come down here. Now these parts here don't line up the best for me in this mode. They kind of push out, but since they're underneath, it isn't bothering me that much, as it doesn't affect the display. Go ahead and disassemble all of this. Bring the camera back a little bit so you can get more of the shot here. Real simple, real basic. Open up these panels here. Go ahead and push the head in, which now it's inside here, which is a great update because it makes it much more animation accurate versus G1 toy accurate. And while I am a G1er at heart, I do like updates and making things look more clean. And I definitely think that the Studio Series, for the most part, have done a really good job on that, making the animation models look better and cleaner. Now, there is a couple parts on these figures that are not perfect. When he gets to robot mode, his front hands are still visible, but it doesn't really bother me that much. But it's not 100% accurate, but it is fantastic, and this is probably the closest we're ever going to get to a masterpiece Snarl. As you can see here, I do have the feet done. So far, so good. Yes. Go ahead, and I already did the churn. Nope, I still got to do the churn. And bring that down, snap that together. Go ahead here. You're going to take his tail, open up as wings. You're going to take this part here. It's going to come down. It's going to fold around, and then you're going to push up. And it'll lock into place. Now, these arms will lock into place there as well. Head, you do have it back here. Easiest way to do it, though, is before you lock this piece in, take your finger, push out his head. Voila. Arms. Arms are really cool, and they're very actually... I do like how involved they are in the transformation. It's not just as simple, let's flip the arms out. You do have to separate here, bring it in, let it lock into place there. Now this part you're going to swing in, lock it here. Hands do come out like that. You're going to turn them. The leg, you just kind of push and fold in. On my version, this one here is very hard to get back out. I've had to use a knife to pry it out. Whereas on this side, it is a little bit easier. And really, that's just a screw. I think I can just fix that easily enough. So again, you can push in until you get that lovely click. Bring out the hand. And then the foot, like I showed you here, just goes like this. Now this side is a lot easier to get in and out. And there we go. We do have him in robot mode. And he does look fantastic. Let's go ahead and get the camera just adjusted here just a little bit. And we will talk about him here. Oh, sword. Sword, of course, can go plug in here or into his hands. Until I get ready to do the posing, we'll just go ahead and put it in there. So you do have that nice weapon storage. All right, so now that we have him in his robot mode, let's talk about him a little bit here. Go ahead, bring him in just a little bit closer here. We'll take a look at that face of his. He does have that beautiful G1-esque Dinobot face where it's very, very jock looking. It's just all chin. Like Bruce Campbell would be jealous of that chin. And it is cool. It is on a lovely ball joint, so you can move the head side to side, can go up and down due to how his head transforms. You can actually have him look up quite a bit. You can't really have him look down that far, which is okay. Articulation, because of these pieces here, it kind of makes the arm kind of hard to go 360, but if you disengage the lock on that, you can get just a little bit more room. Not much. He does have a great butterfly joint, so you can get arm extension out. You do get good elbow bend. Now, the way this is supposed to go is you're only supposed to get that much elbow bend forward and then be able to side and side. But due to how he transforms, if you disengage that lock, you do get much more range. Hands can rotate. These feet can rotate. Now, this is the only part I don't like about the robot mode. The fact that you can see those hands. But it doesn't, the feet. But hey, due to how he transforms, you do get full waist rotation. Legs can kick forward quite a bit. You do get a little bit of hollowness, but that works. You see where the red head is. And of course the inner gears, but it does work. It doesn't bother me. Leg can go back. If you disengage the waist, you can go back even further. And you can go side to side. Feet can go up and down, and then you do get that awesome ankle tilt. And you can, if you want, you can only have part of the ankle move. So, it is a definite toy that has posability. And of course, as we showed you here earlier, his sword does plug into here. And of course, it plugs into his hand. Now, why he is the only one that comes with the sword, I don't know. They did the same thing in Thrilling 30, where Snarl in that line came with one as well, whereas the rest of them came with guns. In the background, that's something new as well. All the other Dinobots so far have been with the Quintesson Pit of Judgment scene. Here we're getting the Battle of Autobot City, and my theory on that one is, of course, Slug disappears in the movie. He only appears in a couple of scenes, never really given like an introduction. He's not even in the part where Optimus yells, Dinobots take down Devastator. Only 4 of the Dinobots show up and it's not him. He's in a couple crowd scenes and then he disappears. My fan theory has always been he got stuck on Earth and he's the reason why Cyclonus's armada doesn't exist. He took him down. But just looking at comparison real quick here, we do have him with the G2. And you can just see just how much bigger he is. And it's just much more impressive and sturdy. And here he is with the Thrilling 30. Both of whom are only coming up to about the bottom of his chest plate there. Here he is with Tarn. Here he is with the uncompleted Volcanicus figure in Legends. Swoop, of course, goes here. And I'll review that once all the pieces come in. I'm going to do it all at once. But if you're going to review him and compare him to anything, it's got to be where he's best at. And that is with the other Dinobots. Now, I'm hoping Sludge will stand up. He does have those really, really bad knee joints. So he's got to kind of like squash over a little bit. Otherwise, he will fall apart. Let's go ahead and get Slug in here. Okay. As you can see, these guys are quite large, quite in charge. They do look great together. Move him to the side. Oh, what the hell? We'll go ahead and throw in Swoop. I would laugh so hard if that's the figure we get for the Studio Series Swoop 2. And here he is with the Grimlock himself. And these guys are very, very big. They are large. They are in charge. And they do look great. And I do want to hear your opinions on the figure down below. Please comment. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. Subscribe. In fact, my very next post is going to be a contest to try to boost the subscribers on this page. I've been doing this for 3 or 4 years, and I only have 80 subscribers. Granted, I know I'm not the best, but I want this place to be fun, and I do want to do like live Q&As and stuff too. So please comment down below. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see next.